What's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with another toy room review, and today we're going to be taking a look at some brand new Tomica highly detailed die-cast vehicles. Shout out to the people over at Tomi for sending these out for me to review for you guys. I really appreciate it. So if you guys saw my last video, you will know that these are being imported from Japan over here to the US for the first time, and that is really exciting. So the first wave, we took a look at half of the first wave, and now we got the second half of the first wave up here, and we also have the brand new wave that's coming out that is not available in stores yet, so be on the lookout for these. You may have seen some of these already. These were available only in Walmart, as you can see by the sticker here. However, these do not have the sticker on them, so my assumption is these are going to be available in other locations other than Walmart as well. Now I'm just going to take a look at the packaging on one of these, because the packaging for all of these is exactly the same, but I really do love the packaging on these guys. It's very Japanese inspired, as you can see. I just love the design. It's very nice and unique. So you got these little like Japanese artwork right here, and then you got kind of like the sun in the middle with like watercolors and whatnot, and then you have like the trees branching off in the background. Like I said, it's really unique. I really like it, and I just love the Japanese inspired artwork right there. And then you can see a big open window which fully displays the vehicle right there, and then you have the little vehicle box that comes with it, tells you the scale of the vehicle and everything like that. So that is really cool. Each vehicle is scaled differently, so they're scaled down to the size of the actual vehicle in real life. So these vehicles are not all the same scale. So you can see the Skyline here is 162 scale, while this Toyota Crown Athlete here is 166 scale. So they're all scaled differently according to, you know, just the different factors of how big the car is in real life, which is pretty cool. Then on the back right here, you just get a little bit of details right there. You can see that. And like I said, all the packaging is the same throughout all these cars, but I'm just going to show you all the cars that we have here today. So we have the Suzuki Swift Sport, we have the Mazda CX5, there we go. So we got the Mazda CX5, we have the Subaru BRZ or the Toyota FRS. They are the same exact car, but this particular one is the Subaru version, so you have that right there. Like I showed off a second ago, you have the Toyota Crown Athlete, this is not a car that we have in the US. I believe in the US is maybe the Toyota Corolla, but I could be wrong. We have the Suzuki Jimny right here, which looks very similar to like a mix between a Hummer and a Honda Element. Yeah, interesting there. Showed off the Skyline right here. This is a police version, which is really cool. And then we have the Mitsubishi Fuso Super Great, which is like it looks like a towing truck type of thing that transports crates and whatnot. So really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these guys out of the packaging, and we'll take a closer detail look at you guys. And here are the cars out of the packaging. So one thing that I did want to note, I noted this in my last video. What I really like about these is that you can actually save the packaging on them. So if you guys see right back there, they are attached on the back side of the packaging. So once you take boxes and the cars off of the actual cardboard piece right here, it doesn't rip on the front side. So if you guys are like me and like to preserve that artwork, that is something that you can definitely do. So that's just a really cool feature that I do like. Moving on to the actual cars right here. So each of the cars, we're going to start with the older wave first. So each of the cars all come with their own unique little box right here, which says the car, the model of the car, has an image of the car, and actually shows what scale that specific car is. So that is very nice, and each of them are numbered individually depending on where they fall in like the specific wave of the cars for this set. But you can see that right there, and you can actually open the boxes up right here, and you can store the cars in here if you wanted to. So if you have no more space on the shelf, or if you just wanted to keep things organized, you know, anything you wanted to do, you can see right there, you can store it. Fits in there perfect. Each box is designed to fit the specific car that comes with this. So some boxes are bigger than others, some are smaller than others. So that is a really cool feature that I like. Or another feature is that you could just display them just like this with the cars on top, with the box and the artwork. I think that's really the best look for them. I really do like that look. But it's really cool that they do. Alright, so here is the Mazda CX5. So this is just your typical little family, you know, crossover vehicle right here. But it is very cool. So all these cars do have active suspension. You can see right here the suspension does work. If you push down on the back end, the front end will stay up. If you push on the front end, or if you just push kind of towards the middle, it all stays the same. So that is really cool. And the paint is actually really nice on here. It's like a deep dark red, and you can see a little bit of like metallic in there as the light hits it, and it's not super strong, but you know, it's there. It's nice and subtle. Yeah, this is just a nice, like, deep maroon color right here on the car. Nice black trimming you can see all around the car right here. So on the fenders, going down the side of the vehicle right there. Nice silver rims. Then on the front right here, I love how you can see the Mazda logo so clearly, and this is, for this being such like a small little car, all the little details you can see very, very nice and clearly, even down to like the grille design that's around the Mazda logo. That just looks very, very nice. You can see the black front lip right there, and very nice and subtle. And then coming to this side, it's going to be the exact same thing. So this car's trunk actually does open. So if you lift up on kind of like the spoiler right there, you can see the trunk opens. There's not really anything in here. It's kind of hard to even see with the lighting and everything, but it's cool that it does open. Now most of these cars all have some sort of unique feature where the trunk open or the doors or the hood opens, but they all do have, most of them I should say, do have this active suspension, which is really cool. But yeah, there is the Mazda CX5. So now we'll go ahead and take that, put that to the back, and then we'll take a look at the Suzuki Swift Sport. So this is not a car that I am familiar with. However, I was very excited when I pulled it out of the box because I thought this was the Fiat 500L. It's got the same sort of shape and design of the 500L, but the 500L is an Italian car and this is a Japanese car. But yeah, this is just a really, really cool, I'm going to pretend it's a Fiat 500L in my collection and put it with my Fiats. But yeah, this looks absolutely amazing. Sorry about that, guys. My camera just died. I had to switch batteries real quick. But as I was saying, this is done in a nice, very bright, vibrant yellow paint job, and it's got the same exact rims as the Mazda CX5. Now coming along here, you can see the nice details as we get to the front here. Again, you can see the nice Suzuki logo right there on the front, and even all the grille details right there with the different sculpted lines and everything looking very, very nice. And you got the clear headlights on this side, and you can even see some fog lights sculpted in there. And coming to this side, you're going to get the exact same thing. And then this one, the trunk does open as well, so we'll take a look at that. Again, there's nothing actually in there once you open it, but it's a really little cool detail. And again, you can see the Suzuki logo right there, and it says Swift Sport. And I love how it's so tiny, but you can actually make it out perfectly. It's nice and legible, just very, very cool right there. So that is the Suzuki Swift Sport. And now we'll be moving on to the Subaru BRZ, also known as the Toyota FRS. If you guys don't know, both companies basically made the same car under different names or whatever, so it's kind of like a shared thing right there. But this is a very, very cool looking car. So as you can see, this one has the active suspension, and as you can see, once you press down, it gets very, very low, which is really, really cool. Gives it a really nice aggressive look. I wish there was a way to kind of lock it in this position right here, because this just looks pretty awesome. I would love to have it on display just like this. The paint job on here, it's done in blue. You can see here it's got some subtle flakes similar to the CX5 did. Subtle flakes of metallic in there. I didn't mention that the Swift Sport, it's just a simple yellow, no metallic in the paint whatsoever. These have some nice different black style rims right there, as you can see. Looks very, very nice. And then we come here to the front end of the vehicle. You can see the logo right there. It's kind of hard for the camera to pick up. There we go. So you can kind of see it right there. And you have the headlights, and doesn't look like there's fog lights in there, but still great design on the front bumper. And coming to this side, you're going to have the exact same thing. Now, the doors on this one actually open, which is pretty awesome. So let me see if I can actually show you guys inside of here. It's going to be hard because it's a very small space, and the camera's probably going to have a hard time focusing. But you can see the center console, the shifter, the radio, and everything in there. And this is a right-hand drive car since this is the Japanese version. So you can see the steering wheel is on this side right there, looking very, very awesome. Just great details. They even have like cup holders sculpted in there in the center console. Like I said, it's hard for the camera to focus, but that is just very, very cool. And coming to the rear of the car, you can see that design right there. You got the dual exhaust setup right there, the rear diffuser. The one thing that is a little disappointing is that the wing is kind of soft almost. It's like, it's not a hard plastic, but it's not completely a soft rubber. It's kind of hard to explain. But it's definitely not as sturdy feeling as some of the others. It's a very, I don't know, it's not a super soft plastic, but it's not a hard, sturdy plastic either. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't affect anything, but it's just something that I did notice. You can see the edges of the spoiler are done in that blue, and then the spoiler itself is done in black. Looking very, very nice. So there is the Subaru BRZ. So that does it for the first wave of cars, the second half of the first wave of cars. Now we're going on to the newer wave of cars right here with the Toyota Crown Athlete. Now this wave is not yet available. It should be hitting store shelves fairly soon, so be on the lookout for them. But yeah, this is interesting. So it's done in all pink. I don't know why they went with pink. That's a very interesting color to go with, but it's still a very nice, unique color. And the pink actually has some of those subtle metallic flakes in the paint once again. This has the same rims that the Mazda CX5 and the Suzuki Swift Sport has. It does have the active suspension, and this actually gets pretty low as well, as you can see there. Looking very, very cool. Now this one, nothing opens. The doors, the trunk, the hood, nothing opens on this one. Not sure why, but look at that front emblem right there. So this is not a car that we have in the US, so I am very unfamiliar with this car. But you can see that right there. This is not your typical Toyota emblem right here. So this is the Crown emblem, as you can see, but still very, very nice. And coming to this side right here, got the same stuff. Like I said, from the side, I thought it might have been like a older Corolla or a Camry or something, but no, definitely not. I don't know what this car looks like. I definitely want to research some more on this car, and you can see the traditional Toyota emblem right here. It's kind of hard to make out. You can kind of see that. And yeah, it looks like the trunk opens, but it does not. So unfortunately, nothing opens on this one, which is not a big deal. You still have the active suspension, which is awesome. But yeah, so there you go. That is the Toyota Crown Athlete. So we'll go ahead and put that back in its place and take a look at the Suzuki Jimny up next. We got a lot of Suzuki cars in this wave. So looking here at the Suzuki Jimny, this is an interesting car. This looks like a mix between like the Hummer H3, the Honda Pilot, and the Element, all kind of mixed into one. But it's done in this very vibrant lime green paint job. This does not have any metallic paint on it. It's just a simple lime green, but it's nice and vibrant. The color really pops against all this black trim as well. I think it sets it off really, really nicely. So on this one, the doors or nothing opens on this one, but really, really cool. It's got the same rims as most of the other ones, but the tires, you can kind of see like the tread sculpted into the tires right there. It doesn't go on the underside, but on the sidewalls you can see all that tread right there, which none of the other cars have. So that's a really, really cool, unique feature there. And coming to the front, again, I love how you can see the emblem so easily right there, Suzuki emblem. And yeah, this really reminds me of the Hummer H3 here in the US, but very, very nice. Again, it's got tinted windows. All of them have slightly tinted windows, but this, it's kind of hard to see because you got the white background. But these are actually tinted pretty dark right there, so that's really cool. And then on the back, you have the spare tire with, again, that tread sculpted in. Very, very cool. And you can see, let's see if we can focus, Suzuki Jimny on the back. So I love how eligible all this stuff is. So there is the Suzuki Jimny. We'll put that to the side, and we'll take a look at the Mitsubishi Fuso Super Great. I probably pronounced that wrong, but this is like a crate hauler type of thing. So something that would pick up big crates and deliver to companies or maybe the ports or whatever. But these are removable, and you can see the Tomica logo right there, looking very, very nice. And you can see it just pegs in right there with the two pegs on the bottom, almost kind of like a Lego piece right there. You can see that right there. So nothing actually swivels on this one like the previous truck that we had, which I will bring in a second to kind of compare the two. But this is really, really cool. This is much more massive than the potato fryer truck that we saw before. But very, very awesome paint, man. I really love this silver paint. Very nice and shiny metallic paint. You can see Tomica right there on the front, or not the front, but like the top of the actual truck right here. Dark tinted windows. This actually might be one of my favorite cars from the wave. It's just very, very cool, very unique. I just really love the paint job on here. Again, we got the same rims. This one does not actually have any active suspension. As you can see, I'm pushing down and nothing is happening right here. So no active suspension, but still really, really cool. You got the removable crates right here, and you can just pop those back on like so. And let me go ahead and bring in the potato fryer. I think that was the name of this truck. I could be wrong, but here we go. So you can see some of the similarities and differences. This is an Isuzu, and this is a Mitsubishi. The Mitsubishi is much, much bigger, taller. They're basically almost the same length. This one's a little longer. You can see this one had the swiveling feature right here. This one does not. Neither of these had the active suspension or anything, but if you guys wanted to, can this one remove? I don't remember. I don't want to break it. I was going to try and put the crates on here to see how that looked, but This is not coming off, and I don't want to force it. I don't remember if this detaches or not, but anyways, there is that comparison right there. So this is a really, really cool truck. Actually, right now, this is my second favorite one. I don't know why. I just think it's really unique. I love the color blocking from the silvers and the reds. Everything really pops very, very nicely. So I'm definitely a big fan of this one. So let's go ahead and put that one back and take a look at the Nissan GTR Police car. So we took a look at a GTR in the previous wave, and that was just your standard orange GTR, and this is basically going to be the same thing but the police version. And this is really cool. I love the paint on here. So it's half white, half black. It says police. It's got the red flashing lights on the top. The doors open on this one. You have the active suspension. This one is just really, really cool. So we'll take a look at the side right here. It's just got black rims, the same rims that the Subaru BRZ had, but you can see it says police, and then you have the Japanese writing. I'm assuming that says police in Japanese, but very, very cool. And coming to the front, you got this awesome little paint job here coming to like a little point on the hood. You even got some hood scoops right here, and then you can see the GTR logo, and even got a little like deputy star badge right there, which is pretty cool. And coming to this side, you got the exact same thing. Then on the back, you can see it says police, and you can see the GTR emblem right there. And this spoiler is it's completely die-cast. It's not like soft mushy plastic like the BRZ had. So this I really like, really nice and solid right there. And we'll take a look at that translucent red for the headlights, or not the headlights, but the siren lights right there. And then we will open the doors, let's open both of them, and try and get a look inside. So you can see that great detailing. Would have been nice to see maybe some kind of like police scanner in there or something. Come on, camera. There we go. But you can see kind of like the radio and the center console and all of that. And again, this is a right-hand drive car. There is a bit of overspray onto the door hinges of the black. You can kind of make that out right there. And they did miss some of the black paint on the white on the steering wheel inside. Not a big deal, but just pointing that out that you can see that there. But very, very nice. I know it's black inside, so the camera kind of doesn't want to focus, so it's kind of hard to show that off. But very, very cool nevertheless. And now I will bring in some other cars to compare with this one. Alright, so here is the GTR that we took a look at previously compared to this GTR. So you can see they're essentially the same thing. Yeah, I'm looking at there's no different body kits or anything on here. So it's going to be the same GTR, but this police one is just way, way cooler. You can see the rears right here. This one actually doesn't have the Nissan logo on it because it's got the police right there. You can see this one does have the Nissan logo. But other than that, everything looks to be identical. The doors open on this one, but this one had the orange interior. But yeah, everything else looks to be identical. So they just reused the same mold and then put this police add-on right here and added on the sirens on the top right here. If you guys saw my pickup video, I don't know when this was, maybe like a week or two ago. This is not Tomica, this is another brand right here, but this is a GTR police vehicle, but this is an older model of the GTR, so it's very cool to see these side by side next to each other. You got the present and the past, and they basically have the same style going on with the two-tone with the police, and you can see the rears right there. And then the side. So that was really, really cool. I can't wait to have these guys on the shelf next to each other, and they fit into scale with each other pretty good. So I really, really do like that. So that's pretty cool to see. I was actually very surprised when I got this one in the mail because it's just awesome. And there's my review of the brand new Tomica Collectible Diecast vehicles. These things are absolutely amazing. The amount of detail, hidden features, active suspension, opening doors, opening trunks, all the little features that they can pack into these little guys is just absolutely incredible. Like I mentioned, you can pick these up at Walmart. For sure they're available at Walmart. I'm not entirely sure, like I mentioned earlier, if they will be available anywhere else, but definitely check your local Walmarts. I have seen them popping up, and I did see online that there is a Toyota CHR. I need to get my hands on that. I haven't seen it in stores yet, but I definitely got to pick up that CHR so I can put it alongside Christina's real life CHR. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Again, a huge thank you to Tomica for sending these out for me to review for you guys. And that's pretty much it, so I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. So as always, guys, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.